What is up, everybody? It's your one and only STIG, and we are back here with another Destiny video. Not exactly a Destiny video, but today we are doing story time, my journey through Destiny. And what this is going to be about is I've been playing since year one, meaning so I'm going from year one all the way to this point today. Now, starting off, I saw this game on the trailer. I saw the trailer for this game on TV just over summer a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago. And then I was looking at this game, I was like, hey, this game looks pretty fun. And then you know something's really interesting to you if you're trying to find out the exact date and all the information about this game. I was looking up when this game comes out, what this game is going to be about, because it looked pretty fun and interesting to me. So what I did is I googled the date for when this game was to be released, and it was around the time of my birthday. I believe the first release date for Destiny year one was I believe it was September the 15th, so that's a day after my birthday. My birthday's on September 14th. So yeah, I asked my dad, I was like, can I get a new game for my birthday? And then I never really had games. All I played was wrestling games back then, and I would just play on his Xbox. That's when he had an Xbox 360. I would just play on his Xbox, and me and my sister would have to take turns and whatever. But yeah, then he ended up buying him another Xbox so I could have that for myself, and we ended up getting Destiny for me. Now, when I started this game, I was a noob. I didn't know nothing about this game, and I had to wait till I got it the day it came out, but I had to wait like a week to play it because my rule, and it still is my rule, I can't play the game during the week, so I had to wait till the weekend to play. Now, I started on this game. I didn't know what the characters were about. I was literally just playing because, well, not because, but I was playing just trying to play, see what the game was about. So I saw the Titan, Hunter, and Warlock characters, and then a couple of YouTubers I used to watch back then before I got into YouTube. I played I watched Landon 2006. I don't know if y'all guys know who that is, and Expert Thief. They played Destiny like when it first came out, and they played the beta for a little bit. So I was like, okay, some of my favorite YouTubers, they have this game, so this game might be fun. So I was looking at what characters they're using. Expert Thief, he was using a Hunter, and Landon 2006, he was using a Warlock. And then I seen him throw the Nova Bomb for the first time, and I was like, I have to get a Warlock now, because a Warlock can throw stuff. And every character in this game can throw stuff, but that was just in my little kid mind, because I was like 12 around the time this game comes out. I'm 16 now, so it's been a while. And stuff was like cool to me in my eyes, and I seen the Warlock and throw the Nova Bomb. I was very interested in that. Now, when I was playing this game, when I started a Warlock, I got my Warlock to, I believe, like level 24. That was like one of the highest like levels you could go to. I think it was 25 was the max. Now, I did my first Nightfall, and I was getting carried because I was getting like wrecked because I didn't know anything about certain levels you had to be to do stuff. My friend just invited me because he had the game too, and he was playing with his girlfriend when he was doing the Nightfall. And I remember it was the Archon Priest at that point, so we ended up beating the Archon Priest after like 30 minutes of me getting carried. And my first exotic in this game was the Mida Multi-Tool, and I didn't know anything about that rifle, that scout rifle, because when I asked him what is that, he was like, well, do you like scout rifles? I was like, I don't even know what that is. So that was my first exotic, and I tried it out. Now, here comes the dumb part. I told y'all I didn't really know anything about this game. So what had happened was, I thought you only could use one character in this game, and I wasn't really feeling the Warlock anymore, because I was watching a lot of people play Hunter class because they said Hunter class is the most slaying class in this game. Now, I was watching some videos, watching Golden Gun, and Golden Gun looked pretty nice to use. So what I did is I deleted my Warlock, thinking you only could have one character in this game. I deleted my Warlock, all my armor. I deleted my Mida Multi-Tool, and yeah, we went from there. And I started a Hunter, and I really enjoyed the Hunter class. Like, that wasn't the mistake I was talking about. I deleted my Warlock, which is, I shouldn't have, because I could have had two characters, but the mistake was I deleted my only exotic at that point, which was the Mata multi-tool, and I barely even used it. But yeah, I didn't, and shotguns were like, and auto rifles were like the meta before anybody really knew that. And auto rifles were like the most used weapon in this game. You couldn't even like use hand cannons and pulse rifles. Pulse rifles were in the worse state than they are now. Now the pulse rifles, they are running the Crucible. But yeah, and plus freaking hand cannons, they were inconsistent. They weren't that good. Auto rifles and shotguns ran the Crucible. People use fusion rifles too. Then after that, I ended up getting me a shotgun, and that's the only thing I was using because I heard that was the thing that was pretty good in this game. And I was using an auto rifle. I think my first auto rifle I got was the what was it? It started with an S. The Sinjin C. That's what it was. The Sinjin C. That's what it was. That auto rifle was my best auto rifle I had, and plus auto rifles were good at that point. So hey, auto rifles were putting in work, especially mine. But yeah, that was like my year one experience. Now moving on to the Dark Below. I didn't never have the Dark Below, meaning I never got the second DLC for that, and because it costs money. Like nowadays it's just updates. Nowadays in Destiny it's just updates, so you just get updates and you get the new content. But like in year one you have to pay for DLC, meaning the Dark Below and the House of Wolves. Now only reason I never had Dark Below, so I bought the House of Wolves like at least 2 months after it came out because they were having like a discount sale, like 50% off, and it was only $15 that day. So me and my cousin Hezzy, PTX Hezzy, me and him, we asked our parents. He was like, can we buy the new DLC for the game? Because all we were doing was playing like old stuff. We would play Crucible every day because we couldn't play the new stuff, so we'll go in like the old playlist. That's before like classic 6v6 and all that stuff came out, but we would go play the old playlist, and we couldn't play with the people who had DLC. And then so we got the House of Wolves, and because at first we was gonna buy Dark Below, then we thought about it. We played Crucible, and then we was like, no, we got to do that new event named Trials of Osiris. And as y'all guys know, Trials of Osiris is a 3v3 tournament where you can go follows and stuff. So yeah, that's what we came to agreement with. We didn't buy the Dark Below. We wanted to buy House of Wolves because we wanted to do Trials of Osiris. Now, moving on to that point, that's when I really started getting into the game. And this is when I got my first Gjallarhorn. If y'all want to know how I got my first Gjallarhorn, I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and this was all over the summer during the House of Wolves when I got all this stuff. I joined my friend, like I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to try to do Nightfall, solo Nightfall. Then I saw my friend soloing it. So I joined him. When I joined, he just beat the boss soloing it. And I felt so bad for this. He just beat the boss soloing the Nightfall. And I joined right at the end. And then when the rewards come up, I got a Gjallarhorn. I believe he got a legendary pulse rifle. I think the legendary pulse rifle he got was the Future World Cup one at that time. But I felt so bad. He invited me to a party. I thought he was going to be really mad at me. He wasn't mad at all. He was actually happy for me, which is, I was happy for myself too, but I felt bad because he probably could have got that Gjallarhorn if I didn't join. That's how I got my first Gjallarhorn. I felt bad for it. Then after that, I started racking up on Gjallarhorns. If y'all know in Raid Semina, he got a lot of Gjallarhorns throughout year one. Nowadays, everybody can get a Gjallarhorn, so it's not that interesting to get it anymore. That's what Bungie needs to bring back to this game anyway, like the fun factor of people, like grinding stuff to get weapons. Like people don't even like to do Nightfalls anymore. Well, nowadays they do because the Dawning event is here and you can get Icebreaker. That's the only reason people try to do Nightfalls anymore. Otherwise, you could say goodbye to doing a Nightfall. Now, moving on to year 2. That was pretty much all my experience of doing that. Well, actually, let me go back. I'm not gonna move on to year 2 yet. I did the Prison of Elders. That was like one of my most favorite things to do. And yeah, we're gonna talk about the Prison of Elders because I just remembered something. Something just came back to memory. We was doing Skolas, me and Hezzy. We invited some random. So yeah, we was doing good because the first we couldn't beat Skolas ever, but we found like a higher level person, and he already beat Skolas. He said 2 times, and he had the proof because he had the shader and he had that emblem. And then we invited him, so we get to Skolas, about to beat Skolas, and then he pulled the old excuse, "Oh, I'm lagging. Can you promote me to leader?" So the inexperienced people that me and my cousin were at that time, we literally stood there and we promoted him to leader. So I'm thinking we're about to do it. I'm all happy. And we're about to beat it. And I see him go AFK for a minute. I'm thinking like, what is he doing? He's supposed to be doing damage with us. And then my screen goes black. Now y'all probably guessing now, yes, he kicked me. He kicked me and my cousin from the thing, and I didn't know he kicked me until my cousin said it. Because I was wondering, I thought my cousin lagged out. He was like, "No, he kicked me." And I was like, "What?" So then my screen went black. I was like, "He kicked me too." So I was really mad at that dude. I was so mad at that dude. I literally sent the message out on Xbox Live. I was on 360 all at this point. So yeah, I got Xbox One like Rise of Iron, so I've always played on 360 before this point. Now, what we're gonna be talking about, he kicked me, and then I sent everybody a message saying report him so he could get booted off of Xbox Live. Like, that's how serious he was to me. And I was really upset at that point because what was the purpose? Like, you could have let us do it with you. I guess he wanted to invite his friends to get the loot. It was a horrible experience, but we ended up getting a friend of mine, which is he's not my friend no more. Like, he's not on my friends list no more, but we still cool. Like, he changed his gamer tag and whatever. His name is Max still at that point, and then we ended up beating Skolas with him. What we did, me and my cousin, we lied about doing it before because it was at that, people still do it now, but it was at that point, like, people was like, "Oh, you have to have Gallo Horn, or you must be this, like, you must have a mic to do all these activities," which is, it was kind of necessary. I mean, Gallo Horn wasn't necessary, but it was like the strongest weapon to use. And we told him we knew what we were doing, but he didn't really care if we had Gallo Horn or not, which is, we didn't know what we were doing, but we understood the concept. So when we got the Skolas, we were struggling a little bit, like when you had to take the poison from everybody. He was like, "Take the poison from me." I was like, "What does that mean?" He was like, "Come to me and press X." So he wasn't really fed up with the point that we didn't know how to do it, and we lied. So we told him after we beat Skolas, we was like, we didn't know how to do it if you didn't know. He was like, "Yeah, I kind of figured because you guys are asking a lot of questions." But moving on to Taken King, that was my year 1 experience. That was like my best moments in year 1. Taken King, I really didn't like it because they nerfed Last Word, and Last Word in year 1 was pretty good. Now, I'm not saying Last Word sucks now. Last Word is in probably the best place it could probably be in right now, and it's actually pretty good now. Thorn was, I was so happy when I got the Thorn quest from year 1, but we're talking about Taken King. And I ended up getting, like, if you remember when Taken King first dropped, that green engram will give you a legendary, an exotic, and I got another Thorn because I ended up deleting my Thorn, and this is when you couldn't get stuff back, like in year 1 when I deleted my Thorn. So I ended up getting a Thorn back, and I was happy. Now, I thought I didn't really pay attention to the patch notes and updates in Destiny until I do now. And Thorn and Last Word got nerfed. I went in Crucible thinking I'm about to just melt everyone with the Last Word, and I was gonna alternate between Last Word and Thorn. So yeah, that didn't happen, and I was like, why is Thorn only doing 3 burn? And then I asked my friends, I was like, "Is your Thorn doing 3 burn?" And they was like, "Yeah, because it got nerfed, and Last Word got nerfed too." I was mad, like, not mad where I just wanted to break my disc or whatever, but I was upset to the point where I really didn't feel like playing anymore, because Last Word and Thorn were my baby in year 1, so why would Bungie go and nerf it? But Last Word's in a good place right now. Thorn is, and I still see people using it to this day, and yeah. Now, Taken King raid, dang, I skipped all over the Vault of Glass year 1, but oh well. Yeah, I completed Vault of Glass. The first time I got Vex Mythic class, I was super happy. I was screaming, I was crying, and all that stuff. But yeah, Oryx raid, it was pretty hard, and I was upset we didn't have a raid, and House of Wolves and all that stuff. And I didn't do Crota till Taken King, so I never defeated Crota till Taken King, which is, I really wasn't that worried about it anyway, because I didn't have Dark Below anyway. But yeah, orc trade was like pretty hard to figure out at first. I would watch videos every day how to do it and all that stuff. It was still pretty hard to me. I never really understood the concept of completing the dark, not the dark brother. I was the what was that called? The King's Falls raid. I never got the concept of it. But yeah, it was pretty easy after I did it for the first time, and I remember doing challenge mode when it came out in the April update. And that's when I started doing YouTube videos over Destiny. I wish I did it in year one, which is I didn't really think about it till after the April update came out, because I was like, I'm actually pretty good at this game at PvP. I don't know if y'all guys think the same way, but I do. I feel like I'm pretty good. So I started off recording off my iPad and all that stuff, doing short little videos over Destiny, like Arms Day videos, to get me a lot of views. But I really don't do that stuff anymore because I mean, it really isn't that fun to me. So taking King was not the best time in Destiny ever. Now moving on to Rise of Iron. Rise of Iron, it's okay. Meaning, I know like pulse rifles are running the meta. Like, they need to balance things. Shotguns, I don't even know why they thought about bringing. How do you nerf snipers but you buff shotguns when you're bringing back the Matador 64? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you bring back the Matador 64? Plus buff shotguns. You don't do that, first of all, because Matador 64 is the highest impact shotgun in the game. So I don't understand why would they buff shotguns, and that's why everybody's annoying with the Matador, because you can't go into one game without seeing that, and that's the annoying factor about the game at the moment. And plus Clever Dragon, and like, you can't even use other weapons because everybody's always using Palindrome. Palindrome outguns like a bunch of weapons. Like, I was using Last Word and I was getting outgunned by a Palindrome. But yeah, Destiny Rise of Iron Crucible Year 3, it's kind of iffy. It's okay. Paladin's Vigil, that's running over. Fusion rifles are kind of broken right now, and yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm liking it, because I mean, they nerfed the skill-based matchmaking and stuff. Bungie's listening to us. Year 1 was the funnest moment. I think everybody can agree on that. Year 1 was the best moment in Destiny ever. Like, I know stuff was like super broken and unbalanced. Thorn and Last Word was like the most broken weapons in this game, but hey, it was fun. That's all I could say. It was fun to play in Year 1. I don't care what anybody says. If you're not a Year 1 player, you wouldn't understand the experience. But yeah, you can't say Taken King and Rise of Iron beats Crucible, because it doesn't. But it was fun, very fun in Year 1. This is my journey through Destiny so far. My Year 1 was the best experience, as you probably know. But yeah, hope y'all guys enjoyed. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see y'all guys on that next one.
Still can't believe everything I see. If I'm gonna stay down, well, it's up to me. It's up to me, yeah. Living in a world